experience is a unique interactional phenomenon resulting from conscious awareness and reflective interpretation of experience elements that is sustained by a participant, culminating in personally perceived results and memories. This is a definition of experience from J. Robert Rossman and Matthew D. Durham from their book, Designing Experiences. But more simply put, how you feel when you interact with the brand's product or service within an ecosystem that the brand has created to add more value through experience. How do you anticipate, participate, and reflect across all of those provided touch points? What does it feel like? I often think about my first trip to Japan, and I walked into a department store in the morning, and all of the sales associates were at the end of the aisles. And as I walked by through the aisle, they all bowed, and I felt like a king. It was such a positive emotion. Or when I connected my Sonos speakers for the first time, the integration of an app to multiple speakers was seamless. And the integration with my Apple ecosystem was even easier. They were the first speaker brand to truly focus on the ecosystem and the listening experience over just the sound quality. And that's experience. My experience with the Shoom in London, I love this place. They make waiting a potential 1.5 hours feel like 15 minutes. You wait in line, they serve you chai. If it's raining, they give you umbrellas. They transition you downstairs to the bar for drinks and appetizers, and then you get up to the upstairs dining experience. The services and food is amazing, but the experience they give you along the way is phenomenal. And these micro and macro experiences, these physical and digital experiences, they generate positive emotion and build positive relationships with brands that we as consumers crave. And experience brands know this, and they invest heavily in innovations that help drive better and more connected experiences for their brand. Look at Tesla, for example. They entered a crowded, entrenched auto market, but became a leader by flipping the marketing funnel on its head, by focusing on the buying experience. Or Airbnb, without owning any real estate, nor employing property managers, they disrupted long-established category by focusing on the booking experience and by creating more personalized options in an already crowded market. And Amazon sells their products at a loss, no fixed positioning or focus, but they have built a platform that is so convenient and so good, we don't even consider canceling. They did it by constantly looking at how they can continue to improve the life of the customer experience. Today, the experience is as important as, or in some case greater than, the product or service itself. Like these brands, innovation is becoming less about the actual product you are selling and more about the experience, the product plus the ecosystem that drives the value the product promises to deliver. Your customer's best experience is the benchmark for their next one. If you think about that, today, every hour, even your customers are experiencing multiple brands in a variety of moments and motivations. Whether it's with an experience that is focused on time well spent or one that is focused on time well saved, they are taking those experiences forward and comparing them with the next one and the next one, regardless of the category or brand. And because of this, as brands, you no longer compete with just direct competitors. Let's look at Delta. I love Delta. Yes, they compete with American Airlines or Southwest or any other brand. But they're actually competing with Netflix for the in-flight entertainment, the UI and the UX of that little screen in the back of the seat as you kind of look through movies. They're competing with Google and Google Nest with the reliability of in-flight connectivity. And they're competing with Marriott for how welcoming and inviting their lounges and staff are. Because of the pervasiveness of technology and the fact that everyone has a supercomputer in their pocket, we have access to multiple brands at one time, which means we're comparing all of them and their experiences together. And we're shifting to the ones that provide what we want when we want it. And this is only going to continue to evolve. We are living through a consumer expectation shift. 57% of Gen Z teens prefer to spend money on experiences over things like classes and tickets over tangible items like clothes and tech. 43% of Gen Z adults prefer experiences. 51% of millennials prefer spending their money on experiences rather than material things. Our growing generation of consumers are choosing brands that offer a better experience when engaging with that brand. So it isn't just about the product anymore, it's about the ecosystem around that product and the experiences that they provide. And our technology landscape is shifting. It's shifting how and what we experience. Ubiquitous connectivity has already disrupted many industries. As a shocker to almost no one, the Internet of Things, 5G, AI, will all only accelerate the change. Our devices are shifting. Soon my Apple Watch here will be as powerful as my current iPhone. Are we ready for a world without a smartphone? Are we ready for a world where only smart glasses and earbuds and smart clothing connect to a smart watch? We are moving beyond screens, beyond rectangles. AR, VR, metaverse, they're all providing new types of experiences that will only lead to things that we can't even imagine now. The point here is not to give you a bunch of crazy tech what-ifs. All of these things exist today in some form. But rather, the point is how we experience the world is changing. The future will be pervasive, connected, and allowing for the blurring of industries and the expansion of brand ecosystems. Thus, we need to be more customer-obsessed versus competitor-obsessed. We need to be more experience-obsessed versus product-obsessed. All of this only increases the criticality for us to use our imagination, our creativity, and our craft to shape future experiences that are responsible, equitable, functional, joyful, and even magical. And this means that we have to be relentless in using design and creative thinking to imagine better futures for our customers, for our guests in these experiences that we are building. Let me give you 5 principles that we see as foundational. First, are we providing betterment? Are we helping people be better versions of themselves and to do better? How are we allowing serendipity to meet people's needs at the right place and the right time in a magical way? How can we enable escape, experiences that are outside of space and time? And how are we building relationship between people, between brands, between products? And finally, how are we opening possibility for new forms of participation, pushing beyond what is possible today? We cannot continue a sea of sameness that we have right now across the majority of customer experience, over-indexing on just efficiency or large platforms that beige our experiences. We must imagine, we must use imagination and creativity to define and design new products, new ecosystems that will lead to new experiences that build lasting relationships for our customers, that keep them coming back for years and even generations to come. Because in the end, the experience is the brand.